Hey everyone, Jordan Budd here with Lite and the Rockcast, and in a couple days I'm ready to head out to Idaho. I would call it Central Idaho, on a rifle elk hunt. I'm actually just filming. Look for that film later on the Rockside. It's with Ryan Avery. So today I just kind of wanted to lay out what I'm going to wear and a little bit of why I'm going to wear it. I looked at the weather for the closest town that's around there that Ryan told me to go to, so I got like highs of 50s and then lows are going to be like mid 20s for 3-4 days, and then it's going to kind of go off after that, and we're planning on staying in 5 or 6 days. So this is kind of what I got. There is a chance of snow and some precipitation, so I did bring kind of the heavier rain gear. But anyways, just to get into it, because it is a little bit later hunt, there's a chance of moisture. I want to be able to dry my pants quickly, so I chose the corrugate. For those late season temperatures, the other pants that you might look at are the Catalyst. The Catalyst are a little bit thicker. They no doubt will be warmer, but I'm a little bit worried about the drying of those for like a backcountry hunt like we're doing. So I'm bringing these are actually the Alturas. They're the women's guide pant, but they're just the same fabric as the men's corrugate guides. So I'm going to bring, those are going to be my pants, and then for my under base layers, it's going to be the Fuse base layer bottoms. They are the 200 weight. Another really good option for this hunt, and I can't find them, or I would have brought them, are the boot top versions of them. These are the full length, but they do make a boot top version that basically, just like it sounds, goes down to your boot tops, and then your socks basically take up the rest. So a little bit lighter, and it's not like you have socks on top of your base layers or under your base layers and then your boots around them, if that makes any sense. And then for my base layer top, this is my favorite shirt, probably favorite piece from First Lite. It's the Wick hoodie, and it's their lightweight 150 weight merino. It does kind of have some side vents here in the armpits, and then it's basically just a crew shirt with a hood on it. And I have this solid version, then I have another shirt in Cypher that's just like this, and I've worn those pretty much since I got them. They're the only base layer shirts I've worn in the backcountry this year, and they've been super nice. It's really nice having that hood for all kinds of things. And then I have the Klamath hoodie, and it's just a fleece weight hoodie. I like hoods, so I have the hoodie version, but they also have a version that's just a quarter zip. So that'll be my fleece layer over the top. And then I'm going to bring the Sawtooth vest. I'm kind of a vest person. Some people like vests, some people don't. I like vests. I actually like the vest version a little bit better than the jacket version. But just has a little bit of synthetic insulation there in the front, and then in the back it's just merino. So this will be really good like on those cold days, especially if it's going to be windy up top, where I'm just wearing a pack and we're walking around. Give you a little bit more insulation up here, but where your backpack sits, it'll sit a little bit closer to back, so it's not like really heating you out or running you out heat-wise on the back. And then on top of that, I'm going to bring the Catalyst jacket. This is actually a men's Catalyst jacket, but they do make it in women's version, and I'm just bringing the men's because it's a solid version, and I just want to wear a solid, I guess, I don't know. But I'm going to wear that over the top. This cuts wind pretty well. It is fleece lined. This soft shell is unlike any other one of those that I've tried. It's just the fabric is a lot softer. It's thinner, but it still seems to cut the wind and just keep the same heat, which is really great. So that's what I'm going to bring for that. And then kind of more insulating type things, I'm going to bring the Chamberlain puffy jacket. I absolutely hate the cold, and I have a feeling we're going to be doing a lot of glassing, and I'm really going to want this. There's not enough rain and snow in the forecast that I'm really worried about this thing getting completely saturated. So I am going to bring that. And then a big staple piece for the late season for me that goes in my pack no matter what during October is the Un Compadre puffy pants. And these things they're full zip down the side. You just put them on over your pants, your regular pants when you sit down, and it makes a world of difference. You don't really realize how cold your legs get until you put those things on. And because we're kind of there's a teetering of, is it going to be a lot of rain or is it not really going to be any at all, or snow? It's still going to be enough that I'm going to want to take a rain jacket and pants. I always have a rain jacket with me. Typically in the earlier season, if there's not really any rain forecasted, I'll just bring the Vapor Stormlight jackets, just a really light rain jacket. But this time I'm going to bring the Seek rain jacket. It's heavier duty. I have a feeling if there's going to be a lot of rain or a lot of wind too, I'm going to want to put that on to help break the wind. And then the Boundary Storm Type pants, the rain pants. They also make a Seek rain pant that's a little bit more durable. But I think for this trip and for most trips that I go on, this one's going to be just fine. It's this Boundary Storm Type. And then the Brambler Gator. This is their heavy duty gator. I've been using these all last year and this year, and really no complaints. Been a good gator, so definitely going to bring those. It'll keep the snow off your rain pants, or off your pants, and then keep your laces from all freezing up if you're in a lot of snow or creek crossings or anything like that. It'll keep things from getting in the top of your boot too. And it provides a little bit of extra warmth. So definitely going to bring those. And then extra stuff. Oh, maybe this first. The tag cuff beanie, I'll bring that with me. And the Catalyst glove, I'm going to bring those. And then I'm going to bring the Alpine glove. These are a lot like the Grizzly glove that they had come out last year, or a couple years ago. It's like the same really fleecy, like heavier fleece material in the inside, but it's a glove version instead of a mitten. And it zips. They kind of unzip so you can get your hands in them easy. And then when on this last trip, it was the very end of September, we had some weather move in, and it was just raining a lot. And we were hiking, so it was pretty cold, but we were hiking, and I just zipped those down for some extra ventilation. But that's a really nice feature that I've been liking. And then these are the new First Lite socks that just came out this year. It's kind of an updated version of one of their more mid-weight pair of socks. So I'm going to wear those. And then I always like to take some kind of this is called a schmag. But it's kind of like a neck scarf you could just wrap around your neck. I could throw it over my head when it's sunny outside, keep the sun off my head or off my neck. If I want to take a nap, I can string it up in a little tree, give you a little bit of shade, and then I put it around my neck when it's cold and when we're glassing, and it can give you some extra warmth there. And then I'm going to bring another pair of socks. And I kind of went back and forth on this a little bit since I'm going to be using the Kifaru Mega Tarp with a stove. So since we do have a stove, I was kind of going back and forth on bringing another base layer, but I think I want to. I just feel better in that cold of weather. If there is supposed to be some moisture, I'd like to have another base layer. So this is just the Fuse. It's a 200 weight, so it's a little bit heavier than the Wick hoodie, and it's just in a crew neck. So I'm going to bring that with me. It'll be good if we get back to camp on a long hike. I can just take the wick off and throw it in the tent, get the stove going, and then have another base layer to change into that's dry. And then I'll bring another pair of underwear for sure, and then an extra pair of socks. But that's pretty much what I'm bringing. We are going to have pack goats, so it is kind of a lot of clothing, but the late season, especially when it's going to be cold on a backpack hunt like that, I hate cold weather, so I don't want to be miserable. So there is some extra things. Some people might not pack as much. We are going to have goats on this, so the goats can carry about 30 pounds going in. So I do have a little extra wiggle room on if I want to throw more clothing in my pack. So That's basically what I'm going to bring with me. The only thing I want to mention is if there was going to be a lot of rain, like if there was forecast to be a lot of snow, a lot of rain, a lot of moisture during the whole week, I would probably go back to the Uncompadre puffy jacket because it's all synthetic insulation, and if something were to happen and just completely get soaked down, I would still have some insulating values. This is it's a mix, but there is down in it, so just some things to think about there, but that's basically what I'm taking with me to Idaho.